yesterday, lots of things was going on. We want to know specifically at your home. There was a lot of speculation online that you were being arrested, but when we checked
Look how she looking.
with police, that was not the case. So, can you further clarify on exactly what did happen yesterday at your home?
Um, well, I was called and told that there was a mob of people in front of my house. They were angry. It was more or less the people that were here earlier, waiting to see if it was Kimani that was in the home. And basically, some people from the neighborhood had contacted me and said that there was a mob in front of my house, and they were talking about what they were going to do to me once I came home. So the police, the detective, said that she would have a unit come out and help me get my things and more or less escort me off the property. I asked to be handcuffed just so they can get the away from my property.
Mm.
Are you
So
scared?
no, I was never arrested. I was taken downtown, but I was never arrested.
Hmm. So she did it for game. But one thing about it, if this woman is responsible for this, she going down. And it's not, I mean, they gotta investigate properly. They don't want to mess it up and have her get off and all of that. So they looking into it though. And if these text messages he said is verified, like is she telling that story to the news about somebody asking for money and all that? I don't know if I heard that story in the news yet.
Are you scared for your safety right now?
I am.
What are some of the things that you've been hearing and receiving from people?
They said they was gonna blow up my house. They said they was gonna do harm to me.
Now it's ironic that she said blow up because whoever left the gas on, that was their aim. So that's yeah. Who cut the gas on in the house? I wonder.
Um, it's just been a barrage of different things that they've been stating.
And now, yesterday, or let's backtrack first for a little bit. So, you are the guardian of Kimani, or you were the guardian of Kimani, correct?
I am the legal guardian of Kimani.
Okay. So, in terms of taking care of her, when was Kimani placed under your care?
A year ago,
A year ago.
she's been in my home for the past 5.5 years, but
Hmm.
I just obtained legal custody of her a year ago.
So was she with her mother the last? She said 5.5 years, but she got it legal a year ago. I wonder why did it take so long to do that? Hmm. Interesting.
Were you and Kimani close?
We were.
What were some of the things, trying to think of her and paint a memory of her in a good light, right now with everything that's going on, what was Kimani like? Tell me a little bit about how Kimani was in the time that you've got to know
Ki-
her.
Kimani was phenomenal. Kimani was a helper. Like she was older than what she appeared to be. Like, you know how they say somebody has an old soul? She was that. She loved older music. She loved playing video games. She loved the friends and family.
Could it be that she liked older music because that's what she was listening to because she was around older people, and they said that they didn't let her go outside. So hmm.
That she was allowed to be around. Um, she played basketball for Spring Elementary. She was highly intelligent. So I'd like to clear up the mental issue uh, statements. No, she was not mentally ill in any way. We had her, assessed, and they didn't feel as if anything was wrong with her mentally. So that was not a issue. But back to Kimani, um, she would, like, say for instance, someone would come over and they had children. They didn't have to worry about their kids because Kimani immediately embraced them and would play with them, you know kid stuff she was phenomenal. Like I said, she was like no other kid her age.
The lack of tears, the lack of tears, like all this great stuff she's saying with little compassion, if you ask me, empathy, and like she should be tore up right now. At this point, she's been found and they know what happened to her, right? This after she was arrested and all that stuff, staged arrest. If we go by what she said, I'm looking for the tears, Granny. So that really stands out to me.
What school did Kimani go to?
She went to Spring Elementary.
And we were told that at that time she was doing good in school as well too, correct?
She was. She had brought her grade point average up from a 3.4 to a 3.9.
And we've heard from the teacher. So
And actually they were going to have an award ceremony for the basketball players today at 5:30, but when I divulged to them that she had passed, they've rescheduled it. Wow. She was going to receive her trophy for being, on the team and stuff.
And she has a birthday that's coming up.
Her birthday is Friday.
So I see that her emotions are starting to come out in her expressions, but I don't see no tears.
And she would have been turning 14.
She would have been 14.
Now it's like she's thinking about her birthday and the party that they probably were supposed to have. Or I wonder if this was planned in advance, and if so, why?
Did you have any plans for her birthday?
We were going to have her a large birthday party because it would have been her first birthday where, once again, all of my children were together and could participate in the party. Her mom was supposed to come and everything. So I asked her early on, what type of party do you want? She said she wanted a basketball themed party. So that's what I bought. Things that revolved around her playing basketball. I'm still receiving stuff in the mail for that.
So there's been some.
So she ordered her birthday stuff. So I wonder, when did she start ordering the stuff? Did she just order it? Like, did she order it months ago? Or did she order it the same week that this happened to her? She says she ordered stuff and still getting it. So,
some confusion now in terms of when.
And she said that she was having a big birthday theme party, but she didn't mention where it was going to be at. She said they was going to have a big party, and this was the only time that all her kids could get together, I guess. So that's why they was going to have a big party. I thought she was going to say something else about why it was the big party this year. Because it sounded like it was going to be a party that was going to be bigger than any party that she ever had. And usually Sweet 16 is a big party, not usually 14. But everybody's individuals, but that just stuck out to me. And the lack of tears, the lack of emotions, that really stands out to me. And she is defensive. I mean, but if you had a mob of people in front of your house, you probably would be a little defensive too, but you would probably have tears, like defending yourself, saying that I love my granddaughter. I would never, do anything to hurt her. And I don't know why people think that. Like, I would be saying different things if I was in this situation.
When it comes to family, who's her biological father, who is her biological mother, and then also, was she in the foster care system? Can you clear up a little bit of all of that? When Kimani was placed in your care, when is the LCCS? Who exactly did she come from, and how did she?
She came from her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name.
So she was with another legal guardian before the grandmother got her. So why did she get taken from the mother?
But she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends.
Best friends with her other legal guardian. She was best friends with her, but don't want to say.
Other legal guardian is my daughter, Kimani's mom, godmother.
My daughter, Kimani's mom. So that is her daughter. And she was with her. Dang, this little girl just everywhere. Why, though? Why is she not with her mother? Let me just listen.
I'm her other legal guardian. I choose not to state her name, but she came from her other legal guardian because the other legal guardian and I were best friends.
Were
The
best friends.
Other legal guardian is my daughter, Kimani's mom, godmother. And we had already discussed when early on, because she's been with this person since she was 9 months old. My daughter has never really had custody of Kimani.
9 months with this other person. So this mother, it sounds like she probably been wanting a daughter. She had her, somebody else had her since she was 9 months.
So she's been with this person since she was 9 months old until, like I said, maybe 5.5 years ago. Now, off and on, this person, we would interact and, do different things with her, for her, or I would contact her and tell her, well, I need this, or Kimani would like that. And she would come by and oblige, and we would commence. It's just too much.
Earlier you mentioned when you were talking about
it's just too much, but she still ain't crying. So I could see how this could be an issue if somebody else, her ex-best friend, had her for all these years, from the age of 9 months until from 9. She got with her. I mean, that's a long time to have a kid. To have them from 9 months to about 8 or 9 years old, I will have a problem losing that kid too. That's a long time, but okay. I mean, we just listening at her. I'm still trying to gain understanding.
Like, you had mentioned that when family members did come over, who were allowed around her. Can you expand on that? Is there family members that weren't allowed around her?
No, it's just not very many that came around, and those that did, she acted, as far as I'm concerned, she acted accordingly. She embraced all children, bad or good. Okay, next question.
See, people don't understand, like, okay, so like for me, I don't know this case and I'm trying to gain understanding, but she is so she's like being defensive because of what people are saying instead of just getting her story out without attitude, and that causes people to have a problem with you. Very much on the defense, which will make folks just not like her out the gate. People already don't like her because she, foster mother, seemed like, all these people at her house, it seemed like she got something to do with it, and she's defensive. People really just care and really want to know what's going on. But okay.
So now we do know that Darnell, people are looking for Darnell Jones right now. The police are looking for Darnell
this
Jones.
Was before he was found. Okay.
There's an arrest warrant out for him. Do you have any idea of his whereabouts?
Oh, well, to my knowledge, he was just arrested in Columbus.
Okay.
He just recently had a shootout with the police in Columbus. They're saying that he confessed to her murder. And no, I take that back. They're saying that he confessed to her rape.
Trigger words. I'm still looking, and I ain't found not one damn tear. So you talk, okay, so the whole time she talking, she already knew this. And she is not welling up with tears or anything, talking about the most devastating part of it. Like, if it was going to be a time that a tear was going to drop, it would be this one. Let's see.
And throat.
Oh, how's it feel?
Trigger warning. I still don't. Not a drop of water. Not a drop of water. Where?
I can't even say.
Okay, she got the emotion face. The ugly cry starting.
You know,
But
as the police
no
report
cigar.
mentions, Kimani was
No cigar. What the hell, man? See, I don't go by what other people say, but I go by other people's actions and what they saying out of their mouth. And yeah, I'm over that fence right now because ain't no damn way. Ain't not one tear drop yet.
last seen with Darnell. You know, do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with as your
Man, if she don't go, she tuning up her face and I still don't see. Body language don't lie. I mean, it's the lack of compassion for me right now. I mean, I can, I can understand the defense a little bit, but for me, I wouldn't be giving a damn what nobody talking about. I would be more concerned about my grandchild being unalived at this moment. She'd know the whole story, and she should have been the most emotional here. The people, the community definitely came out boxing, and we got a grandmother that's too damn calm. She's too calm. She's too okay with this.
I told you, bitch! That's what you get, bitch! Yes! You lucky, go to jail, bitch! You know what you did, bitch! That's right! That's right! You know what you did to her! You got in jail too, bitch! I knew it! It's exactly what the fuck she should have been in jail! That bitch should have been in jail! A long fucking time ago! Get her! Get her! That bitch! Mama. I'm telling you! I'm telling you! I'm telling you! That bitch, I'm telling y'all, I've been around, and this bitch, oh my mama, take that bitch to jail! Get that bitch out of here! Get her out of here! You man, I've been knowing when that bitch walked up to my car, bro. The other day when we was going out to search, bro, I already knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that bitch did it. I knew it, bro. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers, yeah, bitch, you probably had something to do with it too. I told you, bitch.
Okay, so y'all see the community, right? And I don't see no emotions like the tears. Like you could tune up your face. You could pretend, play the angry, the ugly cry face and all that, but them tears, those tears tell a story and I ain't seen it yet. So
you're her guardian? Do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with Darnell?
I do. I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned.
only because, do you regret her going with Darnell Senator? Only because, what does she say? She feel deceived, not because her granddaughter is gone, but because of her. She feels deceived. Like, I'm talking about, you're not supposed to be selfish at this moment. Like, I wouldn't have been thinking about myself being deceived. I would have been thinking about my granddaughter and what happened to her. Like, she got the big trick, right?
You're her guardian. Do you have any regrets of letting Kimani go with Darnell?
I do. I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel
only because she feels deceived. That's it. Not because her granddaughter. Look, listen. Them her words. Not
like this was pre-planned.
Was it pre-planned? Was it premeditated?
I feel like you meant to do this.
Did they mean to do this? Did somebody plan this, or was this guy working alone? I wonder. Because it just seemed like, I mean, she was just left out there. Vulnerable. alone, unsafe, like she told her teacher.
I feel like you was grooming her.
What? Wait. You felt like, wait a minute now. What made her think that? What made her use those words? And if you thought that, what the hell? What? Why would she even go send her with him? If she thought, now this picture of him in the big part, she's standing next to him. So why was they standing next to each other if she felt like he was grooming her? And when did she start feeling that way? Did she just start feeling that way? Like when we found out about this? I'm just confused. If you thought that he was grooming her, why was she sent with this dude? So let's see. When did she think he was grooming her? Because to me, that was prior to the day. I mean, that's like she had these thoughts prior to her being alive. When did she first think he was grooming her?
But when
Warning. So wait a minute now. She identified him as that. When did you find out he was that?
choose prey, they groom you first. So they give you gifts.
We don't need no we know what grooming is, ma'am. We just want to know what's been going on in your house. That's it. Like, at what point did you know that this was grooming? I'm still trying to get that, because she ain't answered the question. All this is deflection.
They try and make you comfortable with them. They try and say little things to you that you and they can keep secret. And
so did him and his daughter have a secret? Did she mention something to you? I'm just trying to understand. Let me let this woman talk. But I'm sure y'all seen this before. I'm just trying to figure this out.
And then eventually they pounce.
Look at her. Listen, man. I'm trying to understand. This ain't looking right, y'all. This is not looking right. Let's see. There was a document right here. Darnell Jones, redacted address, Toledo, Ohio. 05 is a zip code. Darnell Jerome Ogletree. 150 pounds, please. He's bigger than 150 pounds. Born June 17th, 91. Okay, so it says complainant being sworn states that Darnell Jones, defendant in Toledo, Lucas County, Ohio, on or about March 18, 2025, did violate ORC, constituting a charge of abduction removed from place found in that no person with privilege to do so shall knowingly do any of the following: by force or threat, remove another from the place where the other person is found. Defendant Darnell Jones removed redacted name from without the consent of the guardian, blank. So that's Kimani and the grandmother. So the defendant was the last person with her prior to her going missing. The defendant gave officers inconsistent statements about his activity with the victim and their whereabouts. This did occur in Toledo, Ohio, Lucas County. Telecommunication, excuse me. And excuse me, that's something you can't stop. Just like tears, you can't stop tears. I didn't want that to come while I was in the middle of reading. That's how tears flow. And we ain't seen nothing yet from the granny. So, telecommunications, records, surveillance videos, and witness statements are the source of the detective's information. Okay, so telecommunication records. Okay, they got something. They got it. The phone records, the surveillance, were telecommunication. That could be some other stuff too. Surveillance videos and witness statements. All right. And this is coming from Danielle Mooney. And then what was this one? Oh, that was the teacher.
And that's how I feel, that What? Oh God. Where?
She frustrated. She's frustrated more than sad, seem like.
How all of this is played out, I feel that's what happened. She was a virgin. She didn't like boys.
There's also comments in.
I hear her huffing and puffing, but I still don't see a tear. Just like that sneeze, I could not control it. You cannot control tears once you're saddened and you sniffing and all that. Them tears is coming. I've tried to stop my tears from falling before, and it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. You can try by not blinking, when you see it there, you like, I ain't gonna let this tear drop, but yeah.
We're just trying to address those and get those addressed. But there's comments online and speculation again that.
Come on and muster one up, Granny. Come on, Granny. Come on, Granny. I think we over the fence now.
Kimani, her home situation, she was abused. What do you have to say to that?
Okay, abuse in whose eyes?
See, now when you listen at this, abuse in whose eyes? Because now we got to remember everything, all the good stuff she said about Kimani first. Okay, she said nothing but good things. I don't think I heard her say she was a bad girl at all, that she was disrespectful at all, or any of that stuff. But let's hear her now that we talking about her whooping her. Is the granny involved? 51% yes. Now we got 50%. No at 14%, and I'm on the fence at 36%. So thank y'all for y'all votes.
Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong.
So she went to the defense again. So we know ain't no tears coming now. Is there ever a time that you need to get physical with your kids? I don't know. Hold on. I mean, she was a teenager, so usually at that age, you usually don't have to lay no hands on no kid. You ain't got to spank their hands or nothing like that. Little kids get little hand spankings because they be trying to put stuff in their mouth and stuff like that. But it sounds like some other stuff because the teacher was talking about bruises and all that. So let's see where we going.
Or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just.
So she was whooped. She just said it wasn't for no reason, though. It was because she did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? She don't never whoop her for nothing. I don't think she should be getting whooped at all. Really. I don't. Why am I sneezing? God, all this bullshit.
Because I felt like it.
I seen teeth with that word. Hold on. I seen a little teeth, right? She really was feeling that.
Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it. I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSP.
So CPS did respond when the school contacted them. But then it sounded like it was another contact. But we just heard what the teacher said. She was contacting them because they were seeing bruises and because she said she didn't feel safe at home. So, okay. So now we're finding out that they actually did allegedly come to her house. Okay, what they do about it?
Well, CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case.
When she went to Bennett Academy. So is that why she took her out, or did she age out of that school? So maybe they didn't say nothing when the other school reported it. So these the dogs they had, I guess. This kind of dog. What is that? A pit bull or something? Or mixed? I don't know. What kind of dog is that, y'all?
Study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, and you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
She knew that, so she just whooped her on her behind. So I guess the teachers were seeing bruises on her behind then? Or was they seeing stuff on her arms or face, stuff that was visible for people to see with the clothes on? She a little ashy too.
So she didn't have like bruises all over.
She didn't have them all over. She just had one big slap mark across her face. You know, I'm just saying, like, you should, okay. She didn't have bruises all over, so she's admitting that she had bruises. I don't think, now I have spanked my kids before, right? I ain't never hit them to where they got a bruise. Never. Never.
How long ago was that when they came into your home?
I would say the latest, it was approximately 7 months ago.
So the same year. Well, no, 7 months ago would have been last year. So she would say 7 months ago. And then when was the last? Because how many times they been there? Couple.
And so you say the latest. So was it a few times that they came into your
It
home?
was twice total.
So twice total that they came into your home.
What year was this?
Okay. And it was all for like you mentioned, what you just said.
Yes.
Explaining.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in terms of, this.
So was it twice from two different people, or the same school reported it twice? Because that matters. That matters if it's coming from different places or not. But she didn't mention that part. I wonder.
So you were not arrested, correct? And that's
Correct.
what, a lot of people seem to think as they saw you going out in custody. That's what you asked for, correct?
Yes.
That was our silver.
She asked for it. I think, look, I thought I seen a little bit of glistening on her eyes right here. But that might be cat butter.